So guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have the keys to this. It is a 2017 Seat CUPRA Mark III. Big talking point though. This is front wheel drive. It is DSG, but it's the 300 model. So if you guys didn't know, this actually shares the Golf R engine in the front of this car. So you've got front wheel drive, you've got the Golf R engine, you've got a DSG box, and although the Golf GTI is a fantastic car, I absolutely love it, this is sort of in the middle of both cars. The Golf GTI is a fantastic car, but you can't draw a lot of power out of it, and the Golf R is of course four-wheel drive. So we're going to find out today, the front wheel drive Golf R engined Seat CUPRA that we have today, is it fun and is it worth buying? Because as a young driver, these are incredibly cheap, either brand new or second hand. Now I'm going to say again, sorry for the wind noise, but we haven't quite picked up a new camera or an external mic yet, but it is coming. But anyway guys, let's get into the video. Let's do a walk round. Now coming up front, they're quite aggressive from the front end. I think this era especially, although this being a pre-facelift, it does look very aggressive. Other parts of the front end include, and I hope you guys can actually see this, there is actually slats in the front bumper here for more air intake. Something I hadn't noticed until I looked round it just a minute ago. Good little thing to point out. Also, this one has a black pack on it, so all of the chrome that would have been around the front grills and the windows and all that sort of good stuff is gone. Again, personally, if it was me, I would try and go for a black pack. Coming to the rear end of the car though, we have a few things to talk about. One of them being twin exit exhaust, very nice. We have a diffuser at the back as well, and I quite like the voluptuous rear end on these Seats. It has a little bit more curve to it than say other competitors, but rear end wise I do like this bit. I think it's on the newer, or at least this generation CUPRA. For aerodynamics, like that bit. Coming to the side rear end sort of quarter, 19-inch wheels on this car with P0s from the factory. Doing a fantastic job today on the local B road I've just been down. There's a lot of design in this part which you probably can't see on camera, but there is a sharp line going down the car and it actually goes around to the back. Again, you're not going to really notice this until you look for it on one of these cars. Now inside the Seat CUPRA, couple of things to point out. I do like the piano gloss black going around the driver and in the centre. This one actually has the tech pack on it, which again is something, if I was going to get one, I would definitely go for it. It's got Apple CarPlay. Now averting everybody's eyes to the CUPRA button. Now if you actually press this, you can go through your driver modes just like a Golf R. A couple of really cool things though on these is that you can go into view and actually change it into the sport information, so it will give you your bar of boost, your G going around a corner if you want to obviously make your mates throw up. You can get a good bit of G through the car. It will show you your G right in front of you, and of course temperatures just in case. There's even a place for your phone, cup holders, slidey armrest, because of course we love armrests on this channel. The seats have this interesting design. They have white stitching, what looks like carbon fibre on the actual seat. Of course it isn't actual carbon fibre, but it is related to carbon fibre. You also have this lovely suede material inside the seats, incredibly comfortable. But of course the big talking point is that engine in this chassis, front wheel drive DSG. So let's get on a B road and go and see what this car is actually like. 300 horsepower through the front wheels, DSG, should be a good laugh. Now, of course, with every time I jump in a car like this, we're going to put it in its best mode. So the car is completely warm. We will push the CUPRA button over to the CUPRA setting because I feel that that's the best way to enjoy this car. As I can already hear, the exhaust valves are open. We have a little bit more noise coming out the back. We are in manual mode. We've got a lovely bit of road ahead of us. The car is nice and warm. And the first thing you're going to notice is, yes, fight from the front end, but I think those Pirellis do a very good job. The sensation you're going to get from this car, though, is something that you cannot get in the Golf R. That is the main talking point here. The Golf R is a phenomenal car, and in fact, personally, I nearly bought one before my RS3, but a little bit more disconnected from driving than what I wanted. So a car like this actually sits perfectly in the balance of being fast and front wheel drive and DSG. which from a driver's point of view, from my point of view, means that I get a better driving experience. Sometimes, and I'm going to say this very, very loudly, sometimes it isn't all about how fast you can actually go, it's about the driving experience, and I think that's what you're going to get in this car. Yes, you haven't got that manual box, but if you want the DSG, if you want to be flappy paddle, you know, DSG farts and all that, this is probably the best in between, because you can go down the route of getting more power out of that engine. They have been developed and developed and developed to get as much power as they can out of these Golf R 2-litre turbocharged engines. There's just, although you're not going as fast as a Golf R, it is not the 4-wheel drive and all this blah blah blah, but I think there's more of a fight and there is more excitement that comes out of a car like this, because even got a little bit of not torque steer, I wouldn't say, it's not really torque steer, it's more fight from the front end, losing grip, but not really the torque of the car pushing you across the road. It's a funny in between, this car, because I think if you've got roads like I have, that you know, go down every day, B roads and stuff, I think you'll have more of an enjoyable time in something like this. Whether it's manual or DSG is, you know, completely up to the person that buys it. But I feel like if you've got B roads, if you're not motorway cruising, if you're not looking for straight line power, I think this is, in theory, the better car. Not better in the sense that you would go and get one over a Golf GTI or an R, but I think as a driver's point of view and a driving experience, B roads and just enjoyable front wheel drive lairiness, in that sense, this is the best version of a newer car, if that makes any sense. If you want a comfy car, if you want to go with, you know, this platform, the VW platform that has been tried and tested, I think you can't go wrong with one of these. I understand the Golf R is a fantastic car. I've shot enough of them and driven enough of them to know how good they are, but I feel like if you want fun and the pitch of a front wheel drive car, I'm not going to say it's better than a Golf GTI, because I will harp on about how good the Golf GTI is. Back to back, you'll notice a difference from me sat here right now today. It is that stronger, better engine that you could, you know, pull more power out of if you really wanted to. I think that's where the decision will lie, is that if you wanted to pull more power, you could run 400 horsepower in this, you know, with a blink of an eye very, very easily, this car. So yeah, I think from my professional, lack of professional point of view, I would say that if you were going to buy one of these, it's good to mod. You could mod this, get a good bit of power out of it. If you didn't really want to modify one, I would probably go for the Golf GTI. Not that we're, as we come to a traffic light, not that we're pitching the two together, but of course I've driven a fair few Golf GTIs and I've driven Rs. This is the in-between car, where it is the Golf R engine in the front-wheel drive platform, and I think if you're after B-road bashing and you want to get more power out of your car, this is the one to go for. So guys, there we are. If you would like one of these, B-road bashing, bit more power, I'd go for this. If not, go for the others. But please go and see what one of these are like. I don't see enough of them on the roads, and that is a bit of a shame. They're sort of overshadowed by some of the German counterparts sometimes, which is a shame, because these are fantastic cars. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, check out fydapparel.com, cop yourself some FYD merch like the t-shirt I'm wearing right now. I'll see you all on the next one.